Hello, everyone, and happy Halloween. I hope you're all having a fun holiday. I'm going to be creating a Halloween card in today's video. But first, I wanted to show you something new that I picked up from the Spellbinders shop. I was really excited about this because it is a brand new paper trimmer and scorer all in one. This is the Fiskars paper trimmer that I've been using for many, many years, and I love it. So I'm going to try out the Spellbinders paper trimmer and see how I like it. It also comes with replacement blades, but I was excited about this one too because it has a scorer on it. I use my Fiskars paper trimmer to score as well, but it doesn't have a built-in scorer. I just use the groove that you cut with and a bone folder. So I'm hoping this will make my life a little bit easier. So let's open up this package. It's the exact same size as my Fiskars paper trimmer. We'll take a look at this and then we'll get into the Halloween card project. My daughter dressed up as a witch today for Halloween, and my son is Spider-Man again. He is obsessed with Spider-Man. But it's going to be fun taking him out trick-or-treating. This is a new area to them. And then we'll come home and have some hot soup and rolls. It's turning kind of cold here in Utah, but we still have the bold blue skies. It's amazing. Okay, so here is the paper trimmer out of the packaging. I like that there's a little place that you can hang it up. I'm planning on getting a new pegboard from IKEA to set up in my new office. And then this arm extends to 17 inches. And then you have two pieces here. The gray one is the cutting blade and the white one is the scoring piece. It also has some nice rubber feet on the back of this, so it won't move around when you're trying to cut paper. So I'm going to create a card base with the new trimmer. I have a piece of Purple Mist cardstock. This is 100-pound cardstock. So it'll create a card base just perfectly. It'll be nice, heavyweight cardstock. My card today is going to be a 5 by 7 inch card, so I'm going to cut this down. I'll cut it at 10. Extend this arm. Here we go. And it's just a matter of getting used to this with the two pieces that move, the blade and the scorer. So I'll cut this at 10. And it cuts beautifully. I'm very impressed. It's very similar to the Fiskars that I have. And then I'm going to cut it at 7. I'll keep the scraps for other projects or for cutting out small dies. Okay, now I'm going to score this at 5. And I'm very careful with it at first. I don't want to press too hard. I'm just moving the blade out of the way. And then I'll use the white piece, the scoring piece, to score that. And I didn't press down hard enough. I'm just trying to get used to this new gadget. And it is quite heavyweight cardstock, so I am going to score it one more time. So let's put it back in the cutter. Score that again. And then I use the edge of the ruler on the trimmer so that I can fold it in half and it just holds both ends in place. And I'll use my bone folder and straighten out or smoothen out the fold. And so far, I am very impressed. There wasn't any cracking to this. I like having a 2-in-1 tool. Now that we have the card base, let's get into the Halloween project. I'm going to be using the Envelope of Wonder dies from Spellbinders. There are 31 dies in this set, and this is the envelope builder. You may have seen this already. And here are the floral dies that come with this set. You get lots of beautiful dies. I'll also be using the Halloween Wonder, and this comes with 19 dies. This set is so adorable. You get a little ghost, little cat with a pumpkin hat, a spider web, some candy, bats. It's just adorable. And then for the sentiment, I'll use the new Better Press plates. This one is called Sentiments of Wonder. and it covers all of the different holidays, and it has dies that will cut out the sentiments as well. I'm going to go ahead and do all of my die cutting off camera, and I'm going to start by putting the envelope together first. I'm using some double-sided adhesive. Put the flaps on the envelope. This is plum-colored cardstock from Spellbinders. And I love this double-sided adhesive from Spellbinders because it's nice and narrow. It just fits perfectly on this little flap. I'm going to use my bone folder to bend the edges. It's pre-scored for you. Just doing it very carefully. I don't want it to crack. And then this is the bottom piece to the envelope. Now I can lift up the release paper. I'm also going to add a little bit of glue to this just to make sure it doesn't come undone. This is very stiff, heavyweight paper, and it can do that sometimes. I'll just put a little skiff of glue there, and then I can attach it to the bottom of the envelope. There's so many different ways that you can use this set, but I'm just going to put my envelope flat on the front of my 5x7 card base. Spellbinders also has a Christmas envelope of wonder set and a fall envelope of wonder set. I was so excited about the Halloween one. I wanted to play with that. We'll do the same thing for the sides of the envelope. I'll add a little bit of glue and press that into place. I have to hold it down with my fingers a little bit just because, again, the paper's really stiff. I'm going to reinforce that with my bone folder. Now I can put on the last side, and I'll just do the same thing. I'm going to bend the score, flatten it with the bone folder. And this comes together so easily. These would make really fun mini cards to send out into the mail with these envelopes. Again, I'll just hold that in place and use my bone folder to reinforce it. Let me show you how cute this little envelope turned out. And I can glue the flaps down. You'll want the bottom flap to be in front, so I'm going to put a little line of glue on the edges of the flaps. Just place the bottom flap down. Hold on to that for a moment for it to dry. And here it is, all done. So it's going to look so cute on the Purple Mist cardstock. Here are all of the die cuts. And I'm going to put a few of these together on camera so you can see how they work. So I wanted to start first of all with this adorable cat. I cut out the centers of his ears with some pink cardstock. This is called Fruit Punch. I chose a bunch of colors for this project, and I'm just going to stick to those. I don't want to have a lot of colors going on in the card. It just gets too confusing, and I have a lot as is already. I'm going to be using pink, orange, purple, and gray and white. Look at all of these cute pieces. Aren't those ghosts just adorable? The spider web. And this little banner says boo. I'll go ahead and glue those on the gray cardstock. Just using my pickup stick to place those down. And this is cute because you can have one of the ghosts holding it, or you can just put it anywhere on your project. This is what it looks like with the ghost holding it. So adorable. Now for the bats, I used some black cardstock to cut those out and some lighter gray cardstock for their bodies. And then I'm going to use a little white gel pen to highlight their eyes, easier to see. There's a pumpkin top that you can glue to the cat's head if you want. Of course, I had to try it all out. I'll glue that in place. Behind the cat's eyes, I'm just going to glue a scrap of black cardstock. That's going to be a lot easier than trying to put those little eye pieces back in. And now for the flower, I just used the Envelope of Wonder dies, the beautiful floral dies that came in the kit, to cut these out. I used gray, black, and white cardstock flowers. And look at this adorable lollipop. It has a piece that you can glue on the lollipop. And these pieces, some of them you could use all year round, like this one. And I'll glue the lollipop stick on it. I'm going to have lots of fun little pieces to put inside this envelope of water. I cut out the envelope one more time with some fog gray cardstock. This is a very pale gray. It almost looks white. And I cut the bottom off. I just want to put this inside the envelope. I'll leave a border around the edges. The plum cardstock was so dark that I was worried that a lot of my images would be hard to see. So this will help them be a lot more visible. I'm going to start with the cat. I'll have him kind of peeking out of the side of the card. And then there's even pieces for the cat's paws. I'll glue those in place. I'm going to set this envelope aside for just a minute while I figure out where I want to put my sentiment. I want to make sure I leave room for that. I'm going to use the Sentiments of Wonder Better Press, Sentiments and Dies, and I'm going to use the one that says From Me to Boo. I'll stamp it out with some mulberry ink. This matches the envelope perfectly. And then I can put the lid on this. I already attached my white cardstock. And then I can just run this through my Platinum 6 machine. I inked up this sentiment plate twice. My first pressing was not dark enough, so I tried to make it darker and it shifted on me. So then I inked it up a third time, and the third time was the charm this time. The sentiment looks so cute cut out with the coordinating die. And then the sentiment's going to go down at the bottom of the envelope. I'll go ahead and attach the envelope to the card base using some tape runner. I'm also going to pull out some glue as well, just to make sure that this isn't going anywhere. And then I'm going to attach this straight on the card base. You could do it kind of askew, and that would look really cute as well. And now I can start filling up this envelope of wonder. So I'll put the spider web at the top of the envelope. And then the sentiment will go down at the bottom. I'll put the larger of the two bats at the side of the sentiment, and then the smaller one will go up at the top. This ghost is going to be peeking out of the envelope. I'm going to add a few Halloween-looking florals and leaves. I'll put this one kind of under the black flower so that you can see the stem a little bit better. Blends in really well with the dark purple cardstock. And then a fern behind it. The ghost I'm going to adhere at the top left of the card. Now for the lollipop. And then I cut out 2 candy corns and I'll glue those down. And I decided I needed a third, so you will see a third candy corn on this card as well. The Envelope of Wonder die set does include 2 dies that you can put behind your pieces to make them pop up. But I'm just going to use some foam squares for that. So I'm going to pop up the ghost And the side of the lollipop, I'll just kind of cut this one down so it'll fit behind the lollipop. And then I'm going to put one inside the envelope just to keep it down, pressed down. I'll put one at the left side. I'll put another one on the right side under the cat. And I'll put one more right in the middle below the ghost. This will just help to keep everything in place. The last thing I'm going to add are some dimensional dots in black and white around this panel. I'll put the white ones on the dark cardstock and a black one on the light purple cardstock just under the bat. And this card is all done. Let me give you a close-up look at this. You can see all of the fabulous details on these die cuts. I'll have a link to the Envelope of Wonder set as well as all of the coordinating sets in the description box if you want to check those out. I hope you all have a fun Halloween. I'm going to see if I can't get some craft time in tonight after I take my kids trick-or-treating. I have a card kit that I'm working on for November, and I'm super excited to show you that one. Take care, my crafty friends. Bye.